So welcome everybody. My name is Judy Lohr and I am the Chief Product Officer here at PartnerTap. I was just scanning through the registration list and seeing the names of everybody who's jumped on so far. And I want to give a shout out to quite a few of our customers who have joined this call, and also say hello to many of the new names that I don't yet know, but I look forward to talking with you over the rest of this year. So let's go ahead and jump in. Hyperscaling a co-sell program is one of my favorite topics because co-selling really is the holy grail for enterprise sales. Um, while I think everyone will agree that co-selling can unlock amazing growth, it is not for the faint of heart because it's not easy to scale up a co-sell motion across thousands of partners and huge enterprise sales teams. But in this next 15-20 minutes, I'm going to break down how, some of the core steps that are needed to scale up your co-sell programs, as well as some new functionality that we have that can actually help our existing customers who are already scaling up your programs take it into the hyperscale mode. So the 5 steps that are really needed to hyperscale any co-sell program are: first, being able to identify all of the potential sales opportunities out there in your ecosystem. This includes all of the potential new logo accounts where your partners can help you get into, as well as all the mutual customers with each partner where you could be working together to expand your accounts and deals. And then the next step is that you have to be able to quickly connect your sales reps and partners on these accounts to go action them and go after them and start selling, because sales reps are the only ones who can actually close deals. And then once they are connected and actively co-selling together, they need an easy way to keep each other in the loop on what's happening. And so that's why you really need real-time pipeline sharing so that sales motions aren't slowed down with the tedious process of just trying to keep each other in sync on how these joint deals are moving through the process together. And then finally, once you have all this data and you're connecting all these sellers, you want to make it as easy as possible for every salesperson to do this. And that requires that you get all of this power back into your CRM so that your sales reps can engage with partners and initiate this co-selling right from within the CRM systems where they already work. So I'm going to share some examples as we go today about how some of our customers like Hewlett-Packard and Lumen, ADP, LastPass, and others are already doing these things. But I want to start by acknowledging where most co-sell motions are today. And there are lots of companies that I talk with, and everybody's doing co-sell in some form or fashion. But the reality is that it's either co-selling only on maybe the company's top 1,000 accounts, maybe 2,000 if you're lucky, or only co-selling in a very one-off manual way. Now, I'm not trying to disparage co-selling, because the reps that are actually doing this and the channel managers that are actually doing this are probably the ones going to club, right? They're the ones getting invited to President's Club because they are doing the hard work of sharing target account lists with partners in a valiant effort to find where they might overlap with an account with somebody that could help them either get into a new account or accelerate a deal or, edge out a competitor and win the deal. Like, this is how deals are won. So the reality is that while the reality is that most co-sell programs are really just operating in a random acts of co-selling world, those are still the people that are probably selling the most. So this is how most companies start with co-selling. But it needs to go so much farther to scale it up. And so I want to take a step back, since we have some PartnerTap experts on this call today, but we also have a lot of PartnerTap newbies. And so I want to just level set so that everybody can come along this journey together. So first, I want to introduce our company. PartnerTap is an enterprise software company, and we have a partner ecosystem platform and co-selling solution that helps companies drive more revenue both with your partners and through your partners. Now, the foundation for any strong co-selling program starts with automated account mapping. And I'm not talking about automated account mapping for just a couple hundred or a couple thousand accounts. I'm talking about automated and thorough account mapping against your full CRM database. That is the core foundation of any co-selling program. But then you need to go further than accounts. You need real-time pipeline sharing and multi-partner reporting so that you can get an ecosystem-wide view of all of the sales activities happening in your prospects and customer accounts. From there, you need co-sell automation. And this is actually our newest product, and I'll be going in and sharing a lot more about this in a few minutes. You need co-sell automation to orchestrate and automate all those next steps to connect sellers and partners on their shared opportunities and their mutual accounts. And then you need to be able to put them into secure digital deal rooms so that they can collaborate and actually co-sell together. And so digital deal rooms are something we have had since day one, and something that many of our customers have been using for years to actively co-sell with their best partners. And now finally, we track all of this co-selling activity that's happening across all of our products so that channel managers and partner teams can get the detailed attribution data you need to measure your partner's impact on sourced pipeline, sourced revenue, and accelerated pipeline and revenue. But all of this is only possible because of what's underneath the covers, which are very advanced enterprise data sharing controls. Now, this is the only way that companies feel comfortable actually sharing data with their trusted partners at scale, which is the foundation for any co-selling program. So at this point, many of you are probably thinking, oh, my company would never let me, share data officially with our partners. And I just want to say there are probably people at each of these companies that you see here that thought the same thing. But account mapping, data sharing and account mapping is the key to identifying all the additional pipeline. It is happening today between channel managers, between partner managers, and between sales reps. And doing it in a secure way through a platform that gives you the controls is the key to scaling up a co-sell program. So over the next few minutes, I'll give you some examples from Hewlett-Packard and Lumen and LastPass. I do want to call out ADP. We are all familiar with ADP. At some points in our careers, we have all received paychecks from them. They are the leading payroll provider in North America. I just want to, for all of those of you out there who are very privacy and data security conscious, I want to just say all of our customers are, and ADP is as well. And ADP has been using our platform to actively co-sell with their top strategic partners for 5 years. So just want to take the scary topic out of, address the scary topic head on. Now, the reason all these companies came to us is that they all had the same universal problem. There are actually 3 universal problems. I'm going to start with this first one. The first is that there's no way to identify all of those potential sales opportunities with each partner. And so think about it. We can all track the pipeline that we know about. That's our known pipeline, and that's in your CRM, and you can report off of it. Your known pipeline is any opportunity that maybe marketing sourced and qualified, or that sales sourced and qualified, or maybe that a partner registered. Now, that is your known pipeline. But for every company out there that has a large partner network, there are so many more potential opportunities you could be going after, but they're just invisible to the human eye. Our brains literally can't identify the signal from the noise of all the data out there. So we call this the unknowable pipeline or the unknown pipeline that is buried out there in your existing partner ecosystem. That is a problem that I'm sure every single person on this call has today. The second problem is that even once you identify, say, 100 accounts that you want to action and you want to connect sellers on, it is a very tedious process to connect your sales reps on 100 accounts with the right sellers at your partners on those 100 accounts. It is a tedious game of telephone that I'm sure all of us have experienced and had this job in the past. I know I have. And so it is this is where great accounts go to die, right? You have identified accounts that are targets and you could be going after, but there's just no way to connect the sellers. Then finally, even when you are able to connect the sellers, the last step, once they are connected, is now the sales reps need to be able to work together efficiently. And that's almost impossible because your sales reps work in your CRM system and your partners work in their own CRM systems. And CRMs are by definition very secure and meant to share information only inside your company. So even once two reps have identified each other and want to work together, they still have to email back and forth spreadsheets of their opportunities to keep each other in the loop. And they don't have any efficient way to track their communications, share insights, and move these deals faster. Now, those three universal problems are why PartnerTap exists. Our enterprise co-selling solution sources new opportunities within your pipeline, within your partner's data, and then gives you the co-selling solution and automation you need to action those accounts, connect the sales reps, and empower them to start going after them quickly together. So I'm going to dive in. So first, everything starts with our ecosystem platform, right? It's all of, I just want to remind you, it's about the non-sexy parts of data sharing in a very secure way. So remember the data sharing, we give you and your partners a digital clean room to securely share sensitive data and only let each other see what you want the other to see. And it's about the account mapping to automatically map any data that your partner shares with you against all of your CRM data. And do this in a real-time connected way so that the information is always up to date. And when you do those first two things, you're able to instantly identify new pipeline. So here, the first thing we identify here is the number of mutual customers with this partner, 375 mutual customers. When I drill into this report, and I look at them, there might be a lot of accounts that we could go upsell or cross-sell or expand working with this partner. The next thing are the hot prospects. These are net new logo accounts for your company. And these are, this is an example. In these 4,589 accounts, this partner already has customer relationships with them, and yet they're new prospects that this partner could help you get into. So everything starts with the data sharing, account mapping, and instantly identifying all the new logo and expansion accounts that you could be going after with each partner. But then it's about getting the details, right? It's not just saying, what are the account names? Bank of Hawaii, Bank of America, Chase, Citibank. You need more information than that. To make these actionable, you really need to be able to see your data and your partner's data combined, which is what we provide in our reports. So here you can see for each of these accounts, who is the partner account owner on these accounts, as well as your own account owner. So now you have the data that can actually be used to start actioning this and going after the revenue together. But in order to automate those next steps, you need to create an action list. So now this is where our new co-sell automation product comes in. With our new co-sell automation product, you can take any partner report out of Salesforce, out of PartnerTap, and instantly turn that into an action list. You can come in here, maybe remove a row, tailor this row, filter down a bit more. And once you're like, yes, these are the accounts I want to action, then you can use our automated workflows. So our co-sell engine is where channel managers and partner teams can use automated workflows to orchestrate and handle all of those things that used to be tedious one-by-one phone calls or emails. So the first thing I want to show you is the most common workflow that everyone knows is connecting sales reps and partners together. So we call it the rep introduction workflow. So here's where nuance matters, right? When you're all working for enterprise companies, and there's no such thing as a standard introduction process. In most cases, it would not be appropriate to just say, I've identified 400 accounts, and I'm just going to instantly introduce the partner and our sales rep together without asking them. In the future, when everybody's co-selling at Hyperscale, that will be possible because everybody's going to be bought in. But most companies now are still earlier in their co-sell journeys and adoption. And so it's really best to let a partner seller or your sales rep opt into that introduction instead of spamming them. So we offer all the variations that you would need. So once again, that we do offer the one-step sequence, which is just, I know both these teams, they want these, I'm just going to introduce them quickly. You can fire off a workflow automation that would just instantly connect them in a one-step sequence. But more realistically, and this all comes down to the dynamics of the relationship between, your company and this partner and the sales teams that this partner would work with. And the channel manager knows this. The channel managers are the ones that know those dynamics and know who needs to work with each other. So the channel manager might say, in this partner situation, I need to let the partner rep opt in first. And if the partner rep opts in, I can connect them up, introduce them. And in different companies, you might need to let your sales team opt in first, because maybe your sales team is still in their journey of buying into co-sell. So you don't want to spam and piss them off. That's a two-step sequence. And then finally, there are lots of cases where you need a three-step process. You need to let both sides opt in. So it might be that you have to ask the partner first, would you like to work with this rep on these accounts? Yes or no? And where they say yes, then let your reps. Same thing, would you like to work with this person on these accounts? Yes or no? And when they both double opt in, then it fires off the final introduction email on those accounts. So it's all about the nuance and the automation, because this manual process of trying to do all these steps for each account can't scale, but this new co-sell automation and these workflows can help you hyperscale up these introductions across partners, across huge sales teams. And then once you do fire off these workflows, we track all of those responses, right? So you can see this action list had 480 records. So far, 55 introductions have happened. It's made it through both of those double opt-ins and the introduction's been made. 30 reps have declined. You can drill into this report and see exactly which partner reps declined and see which of your reps declined. And this is really valuable information. There are very good reasons to decline an introduction on an account, especially, for instance, if you're maybe already working with a competitive partner on that account. So there are some very good reasons why either side might decline, but there are also cultural reasons people might decline. So not every enterprise sales rep is a natural born co-seller, right? It's a journey. And so identifying which of your reps especially have declined co-sell introductions over time lets you see who your managers need to work with, where they could get some extra support or encouragement to embrace co-selling. So the declines are actually very, very valuable information. And then it lets you see how many are still pending. Maybe in this example, this only launched the day before, so these are still sitting in people's inboxes. And I would say give it a few days. But maybe 4 days later, there are still 100 pending introductions. At this point, channel managers can use our nudge reps workflow to ping all of those people that have not yet responded, bounce it to the top of their inbox, and encourage them to consider an introduction for co-selling on these accounts. Now, collectively, every time you run a co-sell workflow, all the results come together in our co-sell engine dashboard. And so think about it. In this scenario, I'm showing still a company at the early stages. They have run 24 workflow sequences so far that have resulted in 1,975 introductions. Think about how long that would have taken with the phone call and email way. The reality is it would just never happen because it's just not possible. So this macro data is incredibly valuable, lets you track the progress, and once again, also drill into the detailed reports about which partners are declining and which of your reps are declining. Now, once you've done these first two workflows, you now probably have a bunch of records, activities that you want to track back in your CRM. Today, that is also a very manual process. Anything a channel manager or partner manager wants to track back in their CRM, they have to log in, pull up the records, tag which partners involved or what's happened. And once again, it either doesn't happen or it takes somebody a lot of time. So instead, what they can do is run a track records and CRM workflow and choose from a list that your PartnerTap administrator has approved and created of activities that you'd want to automatically create in your CRM. So in this case, I would want to say, I want to automatically tag all these accounts in my CRM that there has been a co-sell introduction. And there's a template behind that, and that would automatically track in your CRM this account, this rep and this partner have gotten a co-sell introduction, so that this partner and this company will work together on this account. That is now tagged in your CRM system, so you can do all the reporting you need to there. And it's just in 1 or 2 clicks. Now, finally, all the co-sell automation functionality I just showed you is really intended for channel managers and partner managers. But the final last mile of co-selling is all about the sales reps. Because remember, only sales reps or your resellers close deals. Partner managers and channel managers don't close contracts. So without getting this data in the hands of your sales teams, the real co-selling isn't happening. So a really important step is actually taking all of this valuable partner data and pushing it back inside your CRM so that your sales teams can see which of your partners already have customer level relationships with each account and which sales rep they could actually be reaching out to. Now remember, because we are real-time connected to CRMs, this information is always up to date. So even after a territory change or a sales rep leaves the company or takes a different role, the new sales rep information will show up here so that when your sales rep needs to reach out to a partner in the moment that matters, they can see who to reach out to and have that person's contact information right here. So this is day-to-day co-sell enablement right here. And then with pipeline sharing, as they are reaching out and once they're working together, you really want everyone to be able to see those real-time opportunities with pipeline sharing. So this is the last part of the product I will show you for real-time pipeline sharing. And so I hope that these 5 steps, getting to sort of see examples of them in real life, lets you start to imagine how you could build your co-sell program in a way that can scale up significantly across all of your best partners, right? So this isn't something you should do with every single partner that signs up, right? Somebody signs up, they're not proven, whatever. But you guys know who your top partners are, whether your top partners are 10 companies or 1,000 partners or 2,000 partners. That's the 80-20 rule. 20% of your partners drive 80% of your revenue. Focus on those. That's who you should be scaling up revenue with. Because imagine if you could 10x your revenue just through your top 10 partners, how much of a revenue impact that would make, right? It's super, super easy math and very doable. So I look forward to all of you on this call joining some of our I call them our co-sell hyperscalers. Renee from Hewlett-Packard is leading a worldwide rollout of PartnerTap across their top 1,000 partners and across all their divisions. So they are fully embracing automation and data sharing to do this. LastPass, Natalie Visconti, at LastPass, she was brought in to grow revenue with their top 4 national selling partners. She started with CDW, uploaded 3 spreadsheets that CDW shared with her. She uploaded those spreadsheets into PartnerTap and instantly identified 15,500 new logo accounts where CDW could go sell LastPass immediately. She got a co-sell motion in place with them, and they grew revenue with CDW 4x in their first year. And that's the early stage, right? They're expanding it across all their national selling partners now. Their sales team has been realigned around the partners based on the data in PartnerTap. She is building a hyperscale co-sell program. And then there's Danny Benedetti from Lumen. They have onboarding all of their channel partners to and sharing a lot of data with these partners to enable co-selling at scale. So really, what Danny and his teams are doing over at Lumen is really disrupting the telecom industry. So there's a really good opportunity for companies to not only embrace co-selling for growth, but also to gain a competitive edge in your market. So with that, I want to open it up to questions. And if anybody has questions or would like your teams to see more, feel free from our website to request a demo, and you can dive in, and you and your teams can see a lot of, you see all these products in real life. So happy to open it up to questions now. Okay, I see one here. Just reading it. Okay, so the question is around the the products and how they all break out. We have built all these products, so everything I just showed you are completely connected in our system. Customers typically start with the ecosystem platform. There's typically a phased rollout of the products as they go. So it starts with the data sharing, account mapping, and identifying all of the potential opportunities with each partner. That is definitely the first step. Adding on the co-sell automation is the fast follow second step. And getting all that information into the hands of your sellers is a third phase. Okay, so one more question here about how to get started. It is actually very easy. We have anybody on this call can go and sign up for a free PartnerTap account. Sorry, I used to work at Salesforce. Sometimes Salesforce comes out. A free PartnerTap account, and from our website. And our free version is very, very robust. You can sync with your CRM. You get all the enterprise sharing controls. You can map and see unlimited mapped accounts with unlimited partners. So it is really like meant to be used. So I invite all of you to go do that. So, okay, so there's a question here about partners. So when you are using PartnerTap, you can invite unlimited partners to use it with you. And your partners can use it for free with you. When you invite them, they can use it for free. So onboarding your partners is really a conversation, right? It's telling them about it, explaining to them your strategy of why you're using it, and then inviting them to join and connect with you so that you can share data with them. And really, when you get to the point where you're having a conversation about your willingness to share data with them, they get very incentivized to, come onto PartnerTap with you. In Hewlett Packard's case, they used to share something they called the customer roster, with their top partners. And going forward, they will no longer be sharing their customer information via the roster, which was a spreadsheet. They will only be sharing customer data with partners through PartnerTap. So one other thing I'll mention about partners is, for our large customers, Lumen, HPE, others, our customer success team both helps do the rollouts to their teams, but also helps onboard all their partners, because ultimately co-selling requires both sides. So the way for everyone to make more money is to connect, share data, identify the gold, and get after it quickly. So as you can tell, I believe in short webinars and giving back people time in their day. So I want to thank everyone for being here. And we look forward to, follow-up conversations, any questions. We have a lot of best practices we're happy to share. And, we just are really here to help companies on their co-sell journey. Oh, who am I kidding? We're here to help companies make a lot more money and help all the sales reps go to President's Club. That's really motivating to us. But to do that, we're here to help you with your co-sell journey. So with that, thank you everyone for joining. We'll sign off.